Hello, this is Keith from Man Publishing. Today I'm going to review a WordPress plugin called WP Video Profits. What this allows you to do is basically overlay call to actions, banners, Optin Forms. There's probably about 15 different kind of call to actions that you can place, and I'm going to walk through each of those with you so you can monetize your videos. Now, this accepts any YouTube video. Now, be careful with YouTube. Just make sure that it's a Creative Commons video that you're using so that you're not violating any kind of copyright issue there. But you can also do it with your own hosted video, so you don't need to use YouTube if you don't want to. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through each of the overlays that it allows you to do and kind of step through all the settings for you. Now, you're looking at the Pro version is what I have installed here and what I'm demoing here. I will point out as I go through the video what is included with the basic package versus the Pro package, okay? So the first thing that we're going to do is let's just take a look at the settings. Now, what it'll allow you to do is hook up autoresponders for the opt-in overlay. So he has a bunch of different integrations here that you can use. You can also integrate with GoToWebinar, Webinar Jam, and Webinar Ignition if you want to lead them to or post an opt-in form for a webinar sign up. Now, you can also place basically a logo on the top of all of the videos. As you'll see, I've uploaded my own here, so you'll see that once I load up a video, you'll see exactly how that where that lays in, and that it's clickable as well. Okay, so you can position that in different areas, and then just upload to your media section here. Okay. Now, what you can also do is your social properties, so you can enter in all of your Facebook, Twitter, Google, all that information here for the social sharing overlay. Now, what you're also going to be able to do is the Amazon affiliate, okay? What you can do is actually it'll auto import based on a keyword or a category products that you can overlay right over your video as well. So I'm going to show you that. That's a pretty cool feature. This is a Pro version feature as well, but I'll point that out as we walk through each of them to show you what's Pro and what is basic. Now, we also have a little leads section here. So this is if you don't want to hook up to an autoresponder and you still want to place that opt-in form. You can still put the opt-in form on. If somebody opts in, it'll basically use WordPress as the repository for those users. So you'll see those leads pile into here if you don't have an autoresponder hooked up. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at videos. Okay, so I'm going to just edit this one. It's one that I've just been demoing with, and I'm going to go ahead and just edit it and show you the settings here. So all you really need to do is just name your video, plug in the URL, and again, this can be YouTube or just your own self-hosted video. You can also set the video size. Now, this is the responsive layout, which is the one I would always choose to use so that it works with mobile, but you can use a fixed size if you prefer. Now, you can also do a preview image. Now, what this is if you're obviously familiar with YouTube, you can place a kind of a thumbnail that displays at the beginning of the video. So otherwise, YouTube just randomly picks a frame and displays that as the lead-in. Well, you can place your own here if you choose to as well. Okay. Now, you can set autoplay, and you can also set them to loop, all right? So that's basically it to get started. You just enter that information, hit save, and you're good to go. Now you can start playing around with some of these call to actions, okay? So let's go ahead and add one. All right, so as you're going to see, this is the dropdown. These are 17 different types of call to actions that you can place. Now, the first 8 right here are all included in the basic version, okay? Now, the basic version is $17, which to me is an absolute steal. Now, the Pro version, you're going to get the rest of these along with a couple of other features, which I'll show you, and that is a one-time cost of $37, I believe it is, okay? So you're going to see there's a lot of powerful stuff here. So I'm going to kind of walk through these pretty quickly because there's quite a bit of them. So let's just go right away with the share buttons, and we're just going to hit add. Okay, so now basically what we're going to get is all our settings. So now we have and a lot of these settings carry over to all the different overlays. So a lot of them are the same. So for the sake of this, I'm going to always just do the beginning of the video. Now, you can hide it after a certain amount of seconds as well, so that if you choose not to stop the video, you can just have it appear and then basically hide itself after a certain amount of seconds. What I'm going to do is just go ahead and stop the video, so as soon as it starts this video, shows my overlay, I'm just going to stop the video. Now, what you can do is also disable it on mobile devices if you don't want it to show on mobile, okay? Now, you can show the overlays. You can make it skippable for this particular one. We can have a text label, okay? So this is going to be, share. I'm just going to say share this for the sake. The action on click is going to be share, or we're going to link to the social networks. I think we'd rather just do the share for this one. So what we'll do is we'll set here all of these. and we can position. Now this is obviously going to pull from the settings area where I showed you. It's going to just pull whatever links you put there. Now we've got the top left, center, so you have a bunch of different places to set these. I'm always just going to leave it up at top left for now. Now there's a bunch of different styles here, as you can see. We can choose from the different types here. And so it offers about 10 different styles. I'm just going to pick this one here for now. Now you can also do these horizontal or vertical. Okay, so it'll show up either way on the site or on your video. We can also do some animations, all right? So we can bounce in, fade in. I'm sure you've all seen these types of animations before. I'm just going to leave them as none for now, just for the sake of demonstration. You can see that there's a ton of different ones that you can choose from. So all we have to do now is just really save all the changes. Okay, so we're good to go. Now I'm going to head over to a test post that I have right here. And how you'll add it is you'll see that there's basically a little shortcode icon here that you can just simply click, and you're going to get a bunch of different settings, okay? So now, basically what I'm going to do, this is the video that I want to use. I just named it demo so that if you had 10 or 20 different videos in here, those would all be populated in the list. Now you can have video skins. Now with the video skins, there are 3 skins that basically come with the basic, and you get 10 skins with Pro, okay? So for now, I'm just gonna pick one of these skins here. And what you can do is also a video frame. Now these video frames are a Pro feature only. And basically what it's gonna do is show you, it'll put like an iMac frame on it, a MacBook, iPhone, as you see all these different ones right here. We'll test those out in a little bit. For now, I'm just gonna leave it as default. Okay, so you can have override videos. If you want to change the source of the video, you can do so here as well. Your video widths, your heights, preview image, autoplay, loop, and so forth. For now, I'm going to leave the settings that I've set in the actual video that I'm adding and not really mess with them here. Okay, so if I hit OK, you'll see it's just going to drop in. We're going to have the skin is 3, and we're going to autoplay. So all I'm going to do is just update and switch over to here and refresh. Okay, so now this is the particular skin that I've chosen. Okay, this is skin number 3. And we can switch out a few as I test a few of these other overlays as well, and you can take a peek at them. But as you'll see, here is the share options, okay? Now, if I click Facebook, you're going to see I'm sharing, okay? So there's my demo. So it's going to go ahead and share that out. Now, I'm going to go ahead and leave that. So you're good to go. Now, once you interact or somebody interacts with it, it's going to disappear. That pretty much that overlay is going to go away, so that it's not basically staying there the whole time. Okay, now some of the overlays actually have the feature where you can leave it there if you want, but not all of the overlays allow that setting. All right, so you see that those came up there. Now let's go ahead and just basically switch these out. Okay, now you can have multiples as well. You can have as many of these as you'd like, because in the end what I could do is say, okay, I want this to be on video load, end of video, or after a certain amount of seconds I want it to display, right? So I could have one overlay display at 2 seconds, another one at 20 seconds, another one at 50 seconds, and so on and so forth. So I mean, you can just keep going and going with these things if you want to. It's up to you. All right, so I'm just going to get rid of that one, and let's go to the next one and take a look at it. So we have like boxes. All right. So we'll add it, and here's our settings for it. Oops, I'm going to actually pick this at beginning. Fine there. We'll go ahead and stop it. We can hide it. We can make it skippable if we want, so we can actually put that text in. We can show it on the overlay. So right now, we're going to, the current post or page is what's going to be liked. We're going to put header text in there as, we'll just put like me, and we'll pick just a couple of those, and no animation. I'm fine with that. Let's save those changes and reload. Okay, so there it goes, and there's the likes. Okay, so you can Facebook, tweet, and the Google. Those are the ones that I had set up. And you also see that there's a skip button here, right? So we go ahead and skip it. Now, let's go ahead and check out the next one. These are all, they're so simple to use and so simple to set up. You can, as you can see, it just takes seconds to kind of go through these. Now you can have an Optin Form. So what it's going to do is we're going to have a bunch of settings here. So we'll do beginning of video. We're going to stop the video. We can make it skippable. And again, you can put the text for skip in there if you'd like. Your headline is going to be like subscribe, whatever you're doing. Your email label, so email. And if you want to enable the name field, you can here as well. And then your subscribe, the button text. So it's just going to be, sign up now. Okay. and then you have some thank you text. So after the submission, it will basically display, I'll show you here, it'll display a little thank you message afterwards, or whatever you choose to type here. Now there's different styles here. I guess the one kind of negative is you can't really see what those styles are right here. There's no preview, so you just kind of have to test it out a little bit. But I'll just pick 7. We'll see what that does. Now here's your autoresponders. If you do have them hooked up, as soon as you select one, it will basically then display all the lists you have in that autoresponder to go ahead and select. Same with webinar. If you have any of these hooked up as well, it will give you those selections as well. Okay, so let's just go ahead and save those changes and just reload. And actually, what I'll do, okay, so there we go. So there's this particular number 7 looks just like this. Okay, so if I go ahead and type this in, we'll just do test, and we're going to sign up now, and you're going to see that what's going to happen is you're going to get a thank you. And there's the thank you, and then you can go ahead and continue, and it will continue to play on. Okay. Now, what I'll also do here for the next one is I'm just going to switch skins here. Let's just go with skin number 6. You can see a different one. So let's go ahead and test out the next option here. Now, again, these are all so far. All of these come with the basic version. So here's a call to action. So we'll go ahead and display here, and we'll stop the video. You can hide after click. We'll do that. So here it is. As I'm just going to say buy now. Button text, buy the button link. Just do Google. Now we can choose to have that open in a window. Of course, position it, and then now these styles have a little bit of a preview here, so that's convenient. So we'll just try this one. Oops, this one here, I guess. Sure, that's fine. Okay, and then of course an animation, which we can throw one in there. We'll just do like a little bounce. Okay, and reload. Okay, there's the buy now. There's my text and the actual buy. If I click it, it's taking me to Google, which is what I've entered. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. Banners. Okay, so you can actually add a banner to this. Now, I think I have one loaded up in here that I can use. Hide after, disable on mobile, stop video. We can show a close button, show it overlay, and hide after click. Image, now you can select from your media library. I believe I have one here. And we'll put a link in there. .com, open it in a new window, and we can have animations and all that good stuff. All right, so let's just go ahead and save this. And as you notice, the new skin loaded from the last time that I did that. So here's this, and there's my banner, and I click it, and there we go. All right, so we know that one's good. Let's take a look at the next type. Annotation. Now, these are just basically, you've seen these on YouTube. It looks just like an annotation from YouTube, okay? So we can show the overlay, position, make it skippable, clickable. Let's just not make it clickable right now, but text is going to be show me more. And, of course, you can change the background colors, text colors, and your animations. So let's go ahead and just take a look at those. And there it is right there. Okay, so we can make it, if it was clickable, we could click on it and it would take us there. So also we have the close button. And what I'm going to do is actually change up the skin on this as well. Let's try number 2. Okay, so let's go ahead and try our next action here. So click to tweet. All right, so let's add that. Now we'll display, stop the video. Tweet me, and of course the link that we want to, whatever we want, whatever link it is. So it might be just your actual post. You can do that. So let's just enter that in. The Twitter user is going to be your username. Okay. Position and animation, and let's go ahead and load that up. And you'll see there's a new skin on there as well. So right here, click me or tweet me, click to tweet. All right, so we go ahead and click that, and it's going to go ahead and tweet this out for you, okay? All right, so let's hit the next one up here. Okay, so content below video. All right, so this one here, now, go ahead and get to the beginning of the video. We'll stop the video, and the content will be... I'm new content below video. Okay. Save that up. Now we can put anything we want because there's a WYSIWYG here. So you can put a paragraph of text, an image, a video, of whatever you want, a buy button, whatever you want to have that's going to show up. You can have that in there. Okay, so there's that, and new content below the video appears. Okay, so you could time that to something that maybe you say in the video, because we don't have to just have it show up once the video starts playing. We can set an actual duration up to when we want that video, that text to actually show. All right, so now those were all of the actions that come with the front end, and the basic version basically. So the pro version now is we're going to get into all these. So now you can actually have another video play. So it would be maybe at beginning of video, and then we're going to put a URL in there if we want to. Let's see. I guess just for sake of purpose, I'll just use the exact same one just to show you that it's working here. Okay, so what's going to happen? It's going to load, and then it's basically going to load the next video. And there it went, and there it went again. Okay, so you can basically and you could set that at a certain point in the video, right? So kind of a cool way to use this is if you do this twice and you add 2 of these, let's just say you have a video and at 25 seconds you want to start loading up another video because of something that you've said in the kind of that initial video. You're like, okay, now take a look at the demo. Then you can cut over to the demo, have it play through, and at whatever seconds you want, then it can come back and load another video or this, another kind of like an outro is what they call it. So you can really kind of splice together these different videos with this particular action. So it can be quite powerful and actually very easy to set up. Let's go ahead and add a new one here. Let's take a look. The next action, which is going to be click to call. Okay, so this is kind of interesting, something I haven't seen much, but this is basically going to prompt a call on like Skype. Okay, so you'll have your Skype, you put your Skype user in there, and we'll go ahead and save. Okay, so now if I hit this, it's actually going to call me. So that's kind of what a great customer service gimmick that is. I mean, you have somebody there, they clicks it, pops open Skype or a phone number. You don't have to use Skype. If you notice, there were some choices there. So you Skype or phone number. So that's really cool. I do not think I've seen that type of a feature before. So let's take a look at the next one here. It's HTML content. Actually, I'm just going to skip it because it's simply just HTML content, all right? So if you have something that's formed up in HTML, you can just copy and paste that HTML into this box here, and everything will work. Now, these Amazon ads I want to show as well. This is kind of cool. So I have mine hooked up. So what I'm going to do is show this at the beginning of the video, and we're going to go ahead and just stop the video. And the keyword, I'll just use iPhone, but you can also select categories if you want to. And you can choose the number of ads that you want. So I'll pick 3. Now this is just automatically going to go out and find it and apply my affiliate ID to these, to the buy button basically. Okay, so we'll have an automatic slideshow. So we'll just let it go automatically. Let's see what that does. Okay, let's reload. All right, so there we have an iPhone 6. So if I click this, it's going to take me over to Amazon with my affiliate link in it. There's the next one. So it's about a 5-second, 6-second delay before it goes through. So that's a pretty powerful feature as well. Very cool. Let's go ahead and check out the next one. And a survey. Okay, so you can actually build a survey in here as well. Okay, this is pretty easy to set. Pretty easy to set up. So we'll stop video, and so our question will be, how are you? And we'll start adding some answers here. So the reply is great. There we go. And now we can have it either open a URL or play another video. If they were to click this one, okay? So if I wanted this, and depending on their answer, I might want to load up another video. In that case, I would put that video URL here. Now, if I have the next one, and I say, not so good, I may want to maybe send them to a URL or play a video, whichever. And as you see, you can do this. So, the best use for something like this survey is probably more towards the end of your video, or if you don't mind them leaving at a specific point, maybe towards the middle of your video, you can kind of lay one of these surveys in there. Now, let's see if it'll let me save without putting the URL in there. Okay, good. All right, so just for test purposes, I can at least show you this. All right, so here we go. How are you? Great, not so good. If I, depending on what I have, yeah, so it's not going to load. So you have to make sure that you have, some sort of URL in these set so that it actually does something. So again, this is probably more useful for something towards the end of the video or at a point that you just don't want them to watch the rest, or it doesn't matter if they watch the rest of your video. All right, so let's go to the next one here, and that is going to be, okay, so a URL redirect is just that. You're going to be able to redirect them to a different URL at a specific time in the video, okay? So I'm not going to go ahead and show that. Now let's take a look at full screen, though. So full screen will actually automatically pop this up into exactly what it says, full screen. Now you might want to disable that on a mobile device, but we'll save those changes, and then what I'm going to do is, let's try another skin here. Let's go with skin number 8. I think there were 8. Okay. All right, yep, so there's a new, and there, as you see, it just popped automatically into a full screen view. Now, of course, I can get out of it just by hitting escape, but you see it pops it up and makes them, kind of watch that video. So that's kind of cool. So the next one here, it's amazing. There's that's quite a bit of, of different actions here. I really, for the value, it's got a lot of value. For the price, this is a pretty good deal. So scroll to video, that's pretty cool too. Now you may have videos further down on your page. For my example, obviously I'm up at the top there, but you can offset it however you'd like to on the page. Up to you. You can disable on mobile devices. And let's just go ahead and reload it and take a look. Okay. All right, and as you see, there it went. It scrolled right to my video. Now, if it were further down the page, fantastic. Then it would basically scroll us all the way down there so that you can watch that video. Now, let's go ahead, and I think that's the last one I have here. And we have the small corner video. Okay, so what you can do is actually pull this out of the main body of the HTML and stick it in the corner, wherever you'd like it. Now, of course, you might want to disable that on mobile devices. So let's save that change and load. Okay, so as you see, there it is. Now it's up in the corner here. And as I scroll, it's on there. Okay, so it's going to stay. Now we can also put that over at the bottom left, bottom right, wherever you would like it to go. And of course, there's a close as well. Okay, so we've been through pretty much all of the actions. So what I want to do is just show you the last thing here, which is a Pro version, which is the frames. Okay, so it's only available in Pro. Let's just go over here and edit our post. Now, if you notice, I showed this before, we can pick one of these frames here. So I'm just going to pick the iMac just to show you. If you've ever used shortcodes before, then this shouldn't be a problem, but he's basically just naming it frame and then having, the ID number next to it. So if you just want to edit this on the fly, you can just add frame equals and then whatever number you want to choose there. Okay, so for now I picked that, I believe it's the iMac, so let's just take a look and see what that looks like. Yep, and there's the iMac. So basically that's what it's going to do. So you have 10 different frames that you can choose from with that Pro version. So that about concludes the WP Video Profits. Again, $17 for the basic version, $37 for the upgrade, and I believe he has a few other, there's developer license available as well, and he's got a few other packs through his funnel that you can get. So go ahead and take a look. I'm going to drop the link to the sales page down below in the description. So go ahead and click down there, go down over there, and check it out and pick up your copy.